Hi there. For the second straight day, the Prime Minister has attacked Rahul Gandhi and the Congress party. And as this was underway in the parliament, not very far from the national capital, in the poll-bound state of Uttar Pradesh, in the heart of the state, in Lucknow, Mamata Banerjee and Akhilesh Yadav were addressing a joint press conference. A lot of things were said, a lot of that was rhetoric, but I'll tell you one important news point. सबसे इम्पोर्टेंट बात ममता बनर्जी ने उस प्रेस कॉन्फ्रेंस में क्या बोली जो वो अखिलेश यादव के साथ कंडक्ट कर रही थी. ममता बनर्जी इज टेलिंग द वोटर्स ऑफ उत्तर प्रदेश, आप इनको यानी भाजपा को उत्तर प्रदेश से हटाइए, हम इनको पूरे देश से हटा देंगे. I'll repeat that once more. ममता बनर्जी इज टेलिंग द वोटर इन उत्तर प्रदेश कि आप भाजपा को उत्तर प्रदेश से निकालिए, मैं इनको देश से निकाल दूंगी. नाउ हाउ? ममता बनर्जी कैसे बीजेपी को देश से निकालेंगी? Obviously, I think that must be a question on your mind. Now, to answer that question, let's quickly rewind into just the last 48 hours or so. Because I think you would agree when I say that the BJP in general and the Prime Minister in particular is very, very political today. They are not just politically aware, they work 24/7, they work according to a plan, and they do not waste their time on something that is unimportant. यानी सीधी सीधी सी बात यह है कि ना ही प्रधानमंत्री और ना ही भाजपा अपना थोड़ा भी समय ऐसी किसी भी बात पर निकालते हैं जिसकी कोई वैल्यू नहीं है या जिसका कोई इंपॉर्टेंस नहीं है. So why did the Prime Minister attack Rahul Gandhi? Remember, he said a lot of things about the Congress, जिसको लेकर कांग्रेस के पास कोई जवाब नहीं. He has tried to show the mirror to the Congress party in his own words. आज उन्होंने ये भी बोला कि अगर कांग्रेस नहीं होती तो क्या क्या नहीं होता, चाहे वो 1984 के दंगों की बात हो, चाहे वो कश्मीरी पंडित्स की बात हो, चाहे वो इमरजेंसी की बात हो. He clearly has raked up, and I think he's gone for the jugular when it comes to the Congress party. Obviously, one must think that when you are receiving such an attack from the Prime Minister of the country, you would respond. And ideally, because Rahul Gandhi spoke earlier in the parliament, he should have been there like a responsible opposition neta to listen in to what the other side has to say, and then perhaps under the right to reply would have responded to this. But clearly we live in very different times and that did not happen. बहुत सारे अटैक्स आज प्रधानमंत्री ने एक बार फिर कांग्रेस पार्टी पर सीधा सीधा करे. अब कौन कौन से अटैक्स हैं कुल मिलाकर आप ये बात ध्यान रखिए कि प्रधानमंत्री ने दोबारा ये बताने की कांग्रेस को कोशिश करी है कि विद व्हाट यू आर डूइंग, with the kind of disconnect that you have, there is no way that you're coming to power for the next 100 years. So if the Congress party is such a non-entity, and if the Congress party has zero importance, why is the Prime Minister attacking the Congress again and again in the recent few days? Now, what does the Congress say? The Congress's Mallikarjun Kharge, who also along with other netas of the Congress party staged a walkout today when the Prime Minister was addressing the House, came out to say that the Prime Minister made a political speech and the Prime Minister is scared of the Congress party. Now, political speech, he's a neta. I mean, at this point, he's a politician. He's a 24/7 politician. So if he's putting out a political speech, what is stopping the other side also from putting out a political speech? If you have the facts, if you really want to take down the government, you believe that you have issues, you believe that you have people's support, come and speak in the parliament. But clearly, that's an opportunity that Rahul Gandhi has missed. But we are back to getting you the news that you don't get. Now, why has the Prime Minister so scathingly hit out at the Congress party? And on the other side, what really is the game within the opposition right now? Now, do remember whenever you have a direct fight of the Congress party and the BJP, history and numbers tell us that it gets easier for the BJP. I'm just putting out just two examples and two data from the last 2019 assembly elections, where of the 186 seats where the Congress was the main challenger, do you know how many seats the Congress party won? Out of these 186, only 15, 1-5. And the BJP strike rate in a seat that saw a direct contest of the BJP versus the Congress was a whopping 92%. 92%. जी हाँ, तो क्या इन आंकड़ों के पीछे ही वो हकीकत है कि क्यों प्रधानमंत्री इस समय कांग्रेस पार्टी को दोबारा अटैक कर रहे हैं? See, as I said, a week is a long time in politics, and everything, remember viewers, that happens all around us today, you have to ensure that you're able to understand the story behind the story. क्यों किसी ने कुछ बोला और क्यों उस टाइम पर कुछ बोला और इसका आगे आने वाले समय में क्या मतलब होगा? All this is interconnected in today's day and time. Now, I will not give you an opinion, but I will just help you understand what possibly could be the scenarios and what possibly could be the thinking behind this thinking of this full frontal attack against the Congress party. See, as I said, the BJP always benefits where there is a direct contest with the Congress party. So the BJP in 2024 would actually want a situation where this is Narendra Modi versus Rahul Gandhi. Remember, for the last, many years, I think if there has been that one question, जो एक सवाल बार बार पूछा जाता है, स्पेशली बीजेपी की तरफ से, कि मोदी वर्सेस कौन होगा ऑपोजिशन का चेहरा. अब कुछ समय तक तो ये गिवन होता था कि द फाइट फ्रॉम द बीजेपी versus the opposition camp will be led actually by Rahul Gandhi. But over what you have seen over the last few years, over the fact that the Congress has ended up losing a lot of its support, Rahul Gandhi does not look like a 24/7 neta. The BJP alleges that he is only a part-time neta. तो इस स्पेस का फायदा कौन उठाने की कोशिश करने लगा? The opposition, the regional parties, whether that is a Mamata Banerjee, whether that is an Arvind Kejriwal, or whether even that's a KCR. जी हाँ, तेलंगाना में. तो आप ध्यान से देखिए, Mamata Banerjee has also tried to actually send out a larger message that she's in for the game. She's even said that she's going to be fighting the Lok Sabha elections from Uttar Pradesh. Much like, if you recall, what Arvind Kejriwal actually had done in his heydays, and many said that that was a mistake that he later learned from. But the point is that Mamata Banerjee today doesn't have much of a presence beyond the state of West Bengal. तो वो क्या कर रही हैं? She has been trying to grab a lot of that, Congress's space itself, much like a Kejriwal. क्योंकि आप देखिए केजरीवाल ने दिल्ली में क्या किया. He took away a major chunk of the Congress vote. And he today is the dominant party in Delhi. And if you know what's happening in Punjab again, we do not know how the voters would vote. But again, Arvind Kejriwal there is wooing very much the same constituency that is also being wooed by the Congress party. And if Arvind Kejriwal grows in a state of Punjab or in the state of Uttarakhand or in the state of Goa where they are fighting elections, will he be picking up a lot of the Congress's vote? और ऐसे में कांग्रेस की अपनी हालत क्या होगी? Clearly, these are important questions. And same questions also go true for Mamata Banerjee. Otherwise, देखिए ना, आप ये सोचेंगे कि ममता बनर्जी तो बंगाल की चीफ मिनिस्टर है. ठीक है, उन्होंने नरेंद्र मोदी को और बीजेपी को वेस्ट बंगाल के इलेक्शंस में मात दी. बट ये मत भूलिए, वो अपना इलेक्शन जब नंदीग्राम में हुआ था शुवेंदु अधिकारी के खिलाफ, वो हार गई थी. हालांकि ये भी कहा जाता है कि उनके वजह से ही the BJP was defeated in the state of Bengal, and she has been the only leader of the Trinamool. But again, as I said, I'm just telling you all these points so that you, the viewer, can be informed. आप अपनी आंख और कान खुले रखें, क्योंकि आप देखेंगे कि आने वाले कुछ समय में there will be so many important moves which will be made by every political party. अब केसीआर तेलंगाना में है, आपको ये लगता होगा कि केसीआर क्या कर लेंगे, वो कैसे ऑपोजिशन का चेहरा बन सकते हैं. सो डू नॉट फॉरगेट, इफ यू आर अ कीन फॉलोअर ऑफ न्यूज, कुछ दिन पहले हैदराबाद में क्या हुआ, व्हेन द प्राइम मिनिस्टर वाज इन हैदराबाद, केसीआर डिड नॉट इवन कम टू रिसीव हिम, ब्रेकिंग द प्रोटोकॉल. Then later he used some very unparliamentary words and language also against the prime minister, something again that is very deplorable. But even KCR has been trying to occupy that void in the opposition space right now. कि opposition का चेहरा कौन होगा? Modi versus who? This is one question that always and always will be baffling the opposition until and unless they decide their face. But देखिए, मैं वापस आती हूं to tell you कि why is the Prime Minister again launching these very sharp attacks on Rahul Gandhi? Is this an attempt again now being made to isolate the Congress party? Also, because this is coming again before these very important state elections. दो उत्तर प्रदेश में देखिए, कांग्रेस एक बहुत बड़ा फोर्स नहीं है, but the Congress has been trying to work from ground zero to upwards. पंजाब में एक मेजर फोर्स है, उत्तराखंड में आप देखें तो अगेन वहां पर कांग्रेस एक फोर्स है, मच लाइक इन गोवा. तो क्यों प्रधानमंत्री दोबारा राहुल गांधी को अटैक कर रहे हैं? क्यों वो बहुत पुरानी बातें भी कांग्रेस को लेकर बता रहे हैं दोबारा? Is he trying to isolate the Congress within the opposition camp, or he is trying to isolate the Congress per se to ensure कि देखिए ऑपोजिशन का मतलब ही कांग्रेस है, और अगर आप कांग्रेस को वोट देंगे तो ये सारी बातें याद रखिएगा. So that is the news that you did not get, but clearly आने वाले समय में watch out. As I said, there is never a dull moment in Indian politics.